Hi guys, and welcome to Buildtober, Mindtober. I'm gonna stick with Buildtober. And I want you to read that list, because I messed up. That's why day 4 and 5 are together. I'm pretty sure it's day 5. Yes, it is. Yeah, day 4 and 5 are together because I didn't realize this yesterday while I was building. Because I had a lot to do yesterday. I had to record, we did the podcast last night, and I didn't notice it essentially till I came back from the podcast. That's like 10 or 11 at night. Looked at the footage to edit, and I cut out like the boring bits. I speed it all up. I put the picture in with the list, and I'm like, I fucked up. I messed up. It's the wrong day. Oops. So it was very, very late at night anyway, and I had no energy after I cut it down, so I saved what I had done, went to bed, came and did all the stuff I had to do today, which is again a lot of stuff, and I went and built what I was supposed to do today, and now it's all edited. We're all going, but this is the inn. This is not a restaurant. This is an inn or a lodge, whatever you want to call it. I've never been in a proper inn. I've played enough D&D to have an idea of what one should look like. But essentially what we've got the first room where you actually see an opening. We've got the main entryway. Like, there's always a pretty entryway. We've got a kitchen beside that, and then a little dining area, because there's always one. Usually it's in the same room as the lodge though, which I found out later. In my mind it was always separate. And then the hallway in the background, and then we've got the rooms. This inn's gonna be The inn's gonna be 2 floors in the I can't speak tonight. It's all gone. All the words are gone. All the words came out yesterday. And final product, it will be 2 floors. And I picked the gaudiest colored roof I could. I'm pretty sure there's worse. But yeah, I don't know why, but I decided to go with the gaudiest roof. But for the most part, the actual building itself is made out of spruce and dark oak. They're a color scheme. Yes, I know it looks like chocolate bars half the time, but their color scheme I think really goes well together, because you've got the faded and then you've got the nice rich color that goes with it. So that's what I did. The walls are a bit faded, they're old, they've been a long time, but the floors are constantly used, constantly washed, constantly polished, so they're a nice deep rich color still. And logs, I'm pretty sure, hold their color a lot longer than planks, at least in my experience they do. But yeah, so this is gonna be a really long video compared to like the other ones that were like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. This is 25-ish minutes. But to be honest, I didn't really have a plan. Like, I had a vague idea what I wanted for everything. Like, bridge, I knew where I wanted it after a while. I knew kind of what I wanted to do with it. The house was a model of my house. I kind of knew the shape I wanted for the other one. For the arcade, shopping mall, stores. This, I didn't. So there's a lot of me pausing, me going back. I don't know, man, it's an inn. After a while, I'm like, I should have just done a really, really tall hotel. I know what those are. But I didn't. And so, yeah. There's a lot of going back and forth. And here's about the point where I realized I don't have a way up. There's no staircase. I didn't make room for a staircase. And I ignored that problem for a bit to go work on another problem where I messed up that the floors were just a little too low. There's a lot of ignoring problems. I'm like, I'll figure this out as I continue to build the things I know how to do. Excuse me. Also, the first floor was supposed to have balconies, and I forgot to build them. And I just didn't have time to go back and do it after a while. And here's where I put the stairs. Just stairs. Stairs are requirements. And they're really, really cramped, but I decided to put them right into the mountain. Because normally the stairs are by the reception area. at least in my things. The other option would be to add them on to the end of the other end of the hallway by the dining room, but I'm like, why would I walk so far away from reception just to get to stairs? That would make no sense. So I kept them in the reception area. It did mess up the way I wanted to design the reception area later, but I think it worked out in the end. There's a lot of me playing in this staircase. It didn't like me. Where did I go? I'm cutting that whatever conversation you just heard out. Oh, there I am. I'm trying to fix the hallway problem downstairs because I've dug into the flooring. My brain couldn't comprehend slabs for a while. Yeah, kitchens deserve nice clean floors. Kitchens are supposed to be cleanly. Doors are a good thing. I have nothing to say about this build really until we get to like the gaudy roof. Oh, my baby kitties are sneezing. They all have colds. Poor them. Yeah, so the way this is planned out in the end is the 5 rooms on the bottom. They're kind of like your average single person, maybe a couple really cheap rooms. And then the ones on top are going to be the nicer group rooms, like a party coming in, a group of adventurers, or the master suite. Oh, master suite. It's the only one I remember to put a balcony on. But yeah, so where there's 5 on the top, there's 5 on the bottom, there are going to only be 3 on top. The big adventure rooms are going to be quite a bit bigger, and the master suite is smaller in the end, but it, as I said, it does have a balcony, and it looks nicer. It is also the furthest away from the stairs. Whoever rents that is going to have a very annoyed moment. But I also decided to keep how I had those lovely log supports. At least on the room side, I tried to keep them very even. On the front half of the building, they're kind of just sporadically everywhere, as you can see. And I remembered windows. Look at me, guys, windows. Natural lighting. It's a thing. But a lot of both this build, oh, I just cracked my wrist. Both this build and the restaurant are right into a mountain crevice. So there's not, if you put windows in, you're just going to be staring at a mountain. There's no point of having windows in there. I guess you can see the left side of the building is right in a mountain. There's only like, I think 10 blocks or something, maybe 5 in areas where there's a mountain on the back side of the inn. As the higher up you go, it's not as bad, but at the bottom it's pretty bad. And here you can see me designing. I had no clue what I wanted. I'm like, these rooms are big. I divided them into 2, so you had a separate room. But I'm like, they have to have a lot of beds. So there's bunk beds. I made bunk beds. I don't know why, just that's how my brain went. I'm like, oh, we could have bunk beds. People will like those. People like bunk beds. I like bunk beds anyway. And then we've got the master suite, the nicest suite. And I went off and built a balcony off camera because there it is. I cut it out because I forgot to move the camera for it. Oh, dogs are mad. They're probably fighting over a bone again. Yeah, you couldn't see me building it because I forgot to move the camera. So it's just there. And this entire roof is staggered. Like, different levels for each room, pretty much. Or each level. And the roofs are all facing different weirds. So not only is the gaudiest color possible, but it's a really, really oddly designed roof as well. So here we go. You can see how it is definitely the gaudiest color. I like the texture because it's like cobblestone, but it's not gray. So I was like, that'll look nice. No, after I got like 90% down the roof, I'm like, this doesn't look nice. And I didn't have time at all yesterday to finish building anything. So you get what you get. In this case, a really catty roof. The reason I wanted the texture though is because they look like little shingles. I found out later there's a better one that is also prismarine, dark prismarine shard block stairs. They're like a dark green. They looked way nicer, but I was already finished. So, oh well. We get this. Also in this video, we'll talk about as I make this roof. At the end of all of this, I've named none of them. Really, it's just my jokes of Maxwell's My House and the Moose Arcade. Currently, it's the Maxwell's My House, the Moose Arcade, the Gaudy Roof, and the Cinder Block Restaurant, which you'll see later in this video. They don't have real names. And the bridge, the bridge to the docks. Stairs, road. Thing to docks. They don't really have names. So if you guys want to name them afterwards, go for it. I'll let you. I don't really have that much attachment to any of them. So we'll hold a thing at the end. I guess in each video, comment the name of the build. What you want to call that building, what you want to call that landmark. And we can call the town that we end up building something too. So, but it doesn't have one. Now, with the front roofs, originally I was going to have peaked roofs as well. And then I decided not to. I decided to have them flat. Because, there we go. We can see this better now. I decided to go flat because when it started to peak, because they're so wide, especially the dining area, it just didn't, it dove into the front roof too much and it just looked really weird. I had a lot of trouble with the kitchen because it was too centered and it was just not, it just didn't like me. I peaked the beginning area, lodge, check-in, reception. I peaked that a little more than the others. I think I did actually fully peak reception. It looks like I did. I was able to pull this one off, but I didn't think I would pull off the restaurant, and the kitchen is quite small as well. So they were able to fully peak, but the restaurant was way too wide. I forgot the chimney. Now I know there's a campfire block. There you go, we get the full view. It's fully decorated inside now. I didn't fill in the top. I just noticed this now. I've stared at this footage like 4 times. Never noticed that I didn't finish the roof in that little hole. It's gonna be there forever. Inside we've got me unable to open door. We've got reception. We've got our lovely desk. We've got some cupboards where I guess keys would be. And the hallway of doom down here. Crappiest rooms ever. This was supposed to be a bathroom and a bedroom, and the weird bulge I was going to put a closet in, and I didn't. I just got lazy. All those rooms were exactly the same, so I'm only going to show you one of what each room looks like, and I got stuck on a lantern. I didn't realize how low they were. Got the bunk beds, the big window, the doors into the, I guess if you're a big family, it would be children in the bunk beds and the parents in the other room. That room's the same as the other one, and here's the master bedroom. It's really just kind of a bed, big double bed, beautiful carpet, and you've got the view of the balcony. You can see one of the villages, you can see the arcade, you can see Maxwell's house. I think at one point, once we get further in, you can also see the restaurant, but I'm not 100%. I hit that lamp again. That lamp is just so low down. I just keep hitting it. Am I even recording my voice? I am. Okay. Got the kitchen here. Got all of the things that you need to cook, and the dining area. There's me. I'm having a snack. There's also a llama in the window. Creepy llama. Yeah, we go back through the hallway. And back reception. There we go. that is the inn that was supposed to be on day 5 today, but I actually built it on day 4 because I am so smart. And here we go. Here's the restaurant. We are on the other side of Maxwell's house. Actually, you can see the start of the mountain on the right, and that's actually part of the bridge is on top of that mountain. So it's quite close. You can see it from where the docks are going to be. I like squares, by the way, if you haven't noticed. I just like to map things out in squares. I also really like circles. But this one is actually built out for a lot of its, what is it? I don't remember. It's black concrete. I think it's also black terracotta. Pretty sure those are the two materials I used for the outsides. And I was really confused why the black terracotta looked so brown. And this part, those are actually upside down stairs. And they are sandstone. Smooth sandstone. So there you've got, this is going to be the patio, because most restaurants have that nice dining patio area. I was thinking of making a dining patio area on a balcony that was going to be on the other side, like so it's attached to the mountain. But that was just so much effort today. And I also already put the kitchen on that side. And I didn't think dining areas above kitchens would go over well in the long run. So, it didn't move because I didn't want to move it. So I just framed the whole thing with smooth sandstone stairs. Smooth sandstone stairs all the way around. Give it that nice edge. Anything that saw below it, we filled in. And the way I wanted this building, cause I don't know if it works anywhere, you see like these really drab, full-on cement brick buildings, and even some of the older parts of town, actual red brick buildings. And it looks really bad on the outside, but on the inside, as you can see I'm starting to here, they're really bright, really, really standout-y, polished jade or marble flooring. I know this area I live in is really weird, and I'm so sorry for anyone who is confused as heck trying to figure out what is going on in my town, but that's where I live. That's mainly downtown, actually, where I don't live, but it's close enough. So there you go. If anyone wonders why there's two, if you go into most restaurants, especially if they have a larger patio or balcony, there's actually 2 doors to the patio, because one's supposed to be an indoor and one's supposed to be an outdoor. I know no customers ever abide to it, but that's how the servers work, so they don't bump into each other coming into the doors. They go in one door and out the other, and it always works that way. And I realized my blocks were off by 1 because I wanted a double door for the entrance, and I couldn't have it. Excuse me. And to make the stairs stand out a little more, I added a cut sandstone, so it's got a sheer outline on top of all the stairs, so that they just got raised a little bit higher. And I originally, as I said, really drab buildings is what I was going for, and I wasn't going to put a lot of windows. And as you can see, I when I do walls, I don't usually fill them in right away unless I know that there's another wall on the other side. And here's the balcony, because I put the balcony on the inside. I still wanted to have that raised area of seating areas. See that? That raised area where certain diners could sit up there and just overlook everyone. So that's what I did. I added a little balcony on the inside, the back of the building, so that it's nice. I don't know, has anyone ever sat up there? They're nice areas. You got a lovely view of the whole restaurant. When you're inside, you can see the bar. You usually can't see the kitchen, but you can see everything else. What I also didn't do is I didn't put like a seating area for staff, but I did put a kitchen entrance because that always exists. So there's our kitchen entrance. And the birch doors. I made all the doors birch, and I realized I mucked up with these doors because they weren't quite aligned because the stairs are on the inside, so I went back, changed it, realized I used the wrong block, did it again. and put stairs on the inside. Fixed it. I was happy. Didn't touch those stairs again. And again, put stairs down. Didn't like where they were. Moved them over 2 blocks because where they were obscuring the kitchen. So you couldn't really get in. So, there you go. Got a lovely railway. Tried to put rails on the side. Forgot I put slabs on them. Didn't work. And then I just got more grass. Didn't like the grass. I love and hate that Minecraft gate. And then there's a sheep trying to get in. He doesn't understand there's an essence of doors. And you'll see, go to the wall. Go to the wall, me. When I do the windows, I do them black. And that is, again, to make the building look really dark. Where did I go? Oh, I'm filling in all the windows. Yeah, all the windows are black on the outside that are facing the sides to make the building, again, look really, really, really dark. And then I remembered that kitchens usually have that serving area where hot plates are, so I put down slabs floating. And then I covered them in signs and closed them so that it looks, as you saw the effect on the reception area in the inn, so it makes the table look a little more realistic. And I like to do the floor to ceiling windows, so I did a few of those. I did a few really big long windows. You get a good mix. And then I framed them all. Everything got framed. So you've got the lovely frame of the black, and you've got the also black but in terracotta of the filling of the building all the way around. I thought it made it pop a little better. And I realized the ceiling was a little too plain, so I lit in more natural light because you can't see it from the outside normally. I did glass panels, but they're clear black glass. And I didn't like that, so I actually did also more trapdoors on them. And it gave this nice design and vent effect look on all these windows. So it didn't look boring. Did the same thing from the kitchen. And then I got a little too distracted with this vent idea. But with the kitchen, I kept some of them opened. Like, they're there, they're open though, or closed. They're closed instead of open. Or open instead of closed, I'm never sure how that works. Because then the smoke can get out and there's no glass in the kitchen. And again, I just went back and I did the same pattern on the louver roof. Instead of actually making a peaked roof or a flat roof or any kind, I kept it like that. You can see it's all decorated. We've got the patio area. We've got no windows on the second floor. Yes, I know, besides the ceiling. It's just a big cinder block. A big old shoe. And we're gonna go in and we've got outside, because when you see fancy restaurants, the menu is always on the outside, but that menu never has a price on it. So go in, we've got all of our seating. I decided to go with orange, I don't know why, but I did the trapdoors also on the inside, as you can see. And I just think it lets in light, but it gives you that. We've got the bar. I'm gonna get a drink. Yeah, but we don't want that, so he's gonna take it back. You can see I got the kitchen area going, all your kitchen amenities, and this. You see that in certain restaurants where they don't have a real door. It's like a little flap or a little curtain or something. I always thought that was cool, so I did a trap door into the ceiling. Lovely upper area with different sized tables throughout the restaurant. Got different sized parties, that's very important. We've got the lower area. We've got the outside patio. I don't think I can see the house. You can see the house. You know where we are now. That house is now the marker of where everything is, because it was the very first. But yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you want more, or just want to see more of this. Have a good day, folks, and I hope you enjoy it. But we're gonna have another view, because I didn't realize how much longer the video is. I was zoomed out too far. But yeah, that's the day 5 or 4. Day 4 and 5.